Alright, so the final war, we have Absorbing Man, Cosmic Ghost Rider, and Scorp bands. Alright, so for Boss Island, Nova Boss, we've got Diablo and Herc. Mangog, we've got S99, Mr. Negative Quicksilver. Rintraw, we have S99 and Human Torch. Apocalypse, we've got Chavez and Diablo with the Loki synergy. We have Spot, Blade, and Fury as options. Fury, you have Apocalypse. Can probably go with Dragon Man or Diablo as well. Terrax, you have Rolk, Diablo, and then Cersei, you have Dragon Man and Diablo. 1 through 3 on the way out: Infamous Doom, Hulkling or Gallon. Path 1, Kingpin, you've got Omega Red or Apocalypse. Spam, you can go with Overseer or Omega Sentinel and just spam special ones. Path 2, Man Thing, Titania or S99, and Domino, Omega Sentinel, Nebula, or Nimrod. And then Path 3, Nimrod, you've got Nebula and Claire. Four through 6 on the way out: Long Shot, you've got Rolk, you've got Human Torch. Korg on the way in, you've got Omega Red and Diablo. Path 4, Void, you've got Fury, Moleman, and Shang-Chi. And Scarlet Witch, you've got Overseer and Rolk. Path 5, Mojo, you have Titania, Human Torch, Rolk. Chavez, you've got Doom, Mr. Negative, Human Torch. And then Path 6, Kitty Pryde, you've got Infamous Doom or Nimrod. And then for Scorp, you've got Fury. Shang-Chi should work as well. 7 through 9 on the way out: Gore, you have Chavez and Diablo. On the way in: Hulkling, you have Diablo or Dragon Man. Path 7, Moleman, Apocalypse, and Omega Red. And then Penny, you have Gallon or Hulkling. Path 8, Mephisto, you have Blade. You could Blade the whole Path 8, or you can break it down and use Human Torch with Nova Flame for Mephisto, and then use Chavez or Diablo for Gallon. And then Path 9, Havoc, you have Warlock or Nimrod. And then for Thing, you have Valkyrie or Falcon. One through 3 in Section 2 on the way in: Quicksilver, you have Overseer and Fury. Maul, you have Overseer and Human Torch. Annihilus, you have Diablo, or you could, I guess, risk Chavez. Could maybe even try Rolk as well. 1 through 3 on the way out: Sasquatch, you have S99, can use Doom as well. Path 1, Chavez or Diablo for King Groot, and then for Immortal Abomination, you can use any poison immune, so that could be your Overseer or Rolk. And then Path 2, Mordo, S99, or Titania. And then Venom, you have Hulkling and you have Gallon. 4 through 6 on the way out: Doom, you have Doom or Overseer. Path 4 there: Valkyrie, Omega Red, or Apocalypse. And then Wong, Rolk or Overseer. Did I say Overseer for Valkyrie? I meant Omega Red if I said Overseer. Path 5, Absorbing Man, you have Human Torch, could go with Diablo and the Loki synergy. And then Killmonger, Falcon, or Herc with the Armor Break synergy. And then Tigra, Archangel, Human Torch, S99, list goes on. 7 through 9 on the way out: Arcus, Diablo, or Rolk. Path 7, Jabari Panther, Omega Red, or Apocalypse. And then you can use Apocalypse for Dragon Man or Nebula. Path 8, any of the Mystic Subdue options, so Dragon Man, Chavez, Diablo. And then Path 9, Null, you can take that with Rolk, you can take that with Shang-Chi. And then Weapon X, you can take that with Nimrod or Omega Sentinel. So that does it for defense. Let's take a look at attack. All right, so our final war of Season 41 is the unnecessary rematch against Salty. Today I'm taking in my newly ranked 4 Red Hulk, Shang-Chi and Chavez. I've got Path 1 in Section 1 and Path 4 in Section 2 and a mini-boss on Boss Island. So it took Rolk to rank 4 for a fight later that's going to be pretty much 90% unblockable anyways. Starting out here, Path 1, King Groot taking with Chavez. He does not benefit from the tactic, but we do benefit from Subdue, so that Neutralize is going to help both with the personal space regen along with King Groot's own buffs, and that's just going to give us our openings for easy parries there. We start the fight off horribly by being ready to dodge a heavy attack, but not retaliate it fast enough at all. It's fine. Used the PS1 here, got rid of the buffs immediately, was easily able to parry and start chaining heavies and special attacks. Decided since I took the hits at the beginning that I was going to start out with the Dark Dimension with special 2s so that we can regen some of that health back that we lost. But yeah, this game plan is pretty much attack King Groot when he lets you, pay attention to what's going on with his Furies, bait out special 1s so that we don't get clipped by a unsuspecting special 2, or sorry, a quick special 2. And try to stay supercharged as much as we can off of heavy attacks and canceling them with special attacks. So here, doing pretty well so far, almost back to 100%. Getting these special 1s out without getting clipped. Buffs are back up, no big deal. Finish out this heavy attack, bait out this special 1, and then before we can even throw the next special attack, the combo is going to KO King Groot. So pretty easy fight outside of that initial start, and down he goes. Next up, we get to use Rolk against Masochism. We are taking Immortal Abomination here. Masochism's going to trigger right at the start, but due to Subdue and Neutralize, we are actually going to avoid a lot of the healing that would be going on. Not that that's that much of a problem. Anyways, whole game plan here. I'm not running suicides, so what I could be doing is building the special 3, throwing the special 3 after triggering Masochism and letting Immortal Abomination just melt. I would build heat charges from the poison that Immortal Abomination would place on me, both from blocking and attacking. And hopefully by the time I get the special 3, that would be with 10 heat charges. And yeah, I would just rinse and repeat that. It would probably go faster than this here, where I'm just spamming special 1s. Hard to say. But yeah, this is the fight. Not very difficult to play Rolk. He's just a brute, and you're just punching away at the defender. Really focused on baiting special 1s here. Isn't a big deal if he throws special 2. Just was trying to avoid some block damage. Just over a minute here. A little bit left, but we're maxed on heat charges. So now we just need a really big crit from our special 1, or at any point during our basic attacks. He tried to step back intercept me there. Luckily I saw it coming. And then the last hit should do it. And down goes Immortal Abomination. Next up is a little bit of a cleanup. We're going to take Korg here with Chavez. There's a White Magneto pre-fight here. The game plan is to parry, light attack, remove all rock stacks, set ourselves up for the next parry, whether that be right off of the end of the combo or if he is passive, backing up so that we can time it with distance. Once the rock stacks are down, we're going to start throwing heavy attacks, and we're going to let them all finish for a majority of the fight. That'll help with the power gain from Conflictor. From Power Snack, once we actually start dexing this, that, and the other. Because the power gain can get a bit nutty here. I think the only thing that I would change is for the moments where Korg is passive, like there, I can just go hit his block once and get rid of those flourish buffs, so we don't have to worry about any excessive power gain as we try to get control of the fight with the negative zone. So here we have one up. You can see that prevented him from going red. And then now that the rock stacks are back up, so now I finish that combo with light attacks so that we can just get rid of those rock stacks, and then we start working off the rest. I don't retaliate here. Oh, yes, I do. decided that little chip damage was worth it to get the next zone open, or the next stack of the negative zone open, so that we have a better control of the power gain, especially since that first one has already expired. And then from here, I feel pretty good about the fight. Did not expect to take that hit, so that's unfortunate. Due to the power sting, I am kind of just holding on to special 3 until it's gone. Figure here's a good point. I know he has rock stacks, but at least I'll remove them. And this is going to open another negative dimension, or negative zone, so that we can do a better job of controlling the power gain as we bait out special attacks. You can see there, he actually lost power with that dex. Open that dimension again. He's almost down, so I decide with this next special attack that I'm just going to end it, even though I get power stung. And down goes Korg. So, good cleanup. Wouldn't be my first pick. Move on, path forward. First fight here is Void, and I actually underestimated this fight. Definitely should have gone into this with activating the Cleanse Wushu and then just fighting until those cleanse charges were bye-bye, and then use the stun for an easy reset, and then automatically go into the Cleanse Wushu instead of trying to cycle like I am here. At the start, it's fine. You can see here I'm dominating the fight, no big deal. Charges are taking care of what they're supposed to. Now I take this opening to heavy reset, but delayed, pushed us to special 2. So instead we're going to do a special 2 reset off of the unblockable Wushu. Here I'm going to hold block so he doesn't throw the special 1, and we end up with an unblockable Void. So I caught it there. I did not catch it on this go round. So right here I'm going to stun, reset, and I see that intimidating debuff timer, and I should have just held block. Ended up unblockable, took it. I don't panic here. I get him to go turtle. I stun through his block, and then we were going to reset or cleanse, but he was down in the combo anyways. So definitely underestimated that, but we end up making it work. And then the reason I rank 4 Volk, not just because he was a good champ, but because of this Scarlet Witch, because of the way Rolk works, even if I only get the poison debuff from crits, as soon as she goes unblockable, she's going to stay unblockable for the entire fight because of the heal block debuff on Rolk. So I have to play this pretty much the entire time unblockable. I believe I go through 2 full combos, so there's the first. And then this one here triggers unblockable. So now my plan was to retaliate after special 1s, but that one apparently I messed up. And then I was going to hit into her block while she was passive and without a special attack. And it's because usually I can get the AI to do a heavy attack. So here's an example. Throw that basic attack, hesitate with a block before you start dexing, and usually the AI will pick a heavy attack to throw. It's not 100% guaranteed, but I do it in AQ a lot where I have to bait out heavy attacks to try and retaliate. So here I'm just kind of fishing for a heavy attack. There it is. And that's where I'm working in my openings. The only thing building my heat charges once she went unblockable were any poison debuffs that popped up from Rolk critting during this fight. So yeah, definitely on edge knowing you're fighting a fully unblockable opponent. A lot of times if I knew my combo was going to end with a medium and push her to special 1, I stopped it short so that I ended with a light and I could get out. But we solo, make it look like we never took a hit. And then the last fight of the war is Apocalypse here on 51 Conflictor with Chavez. I've done this before, however, I have not done it without the White Magneto pre-fight. So here I'm going to be block baiting heavy attacks. I decide a PS1. That's because of all the flourish buffs we're going to build at the start if he decides the full combo into my block, but he only does 1 hit. So we're not going to get that much back from MD. But with a dimension open, it at least gives us 1 bar. So here I'm going to stick to medium, light, heavy, into a special attack if I have it. If not, we're going to let that heavy finish so that we open the 3rd dimension and go supercharged. I'm going to bait out special 1s the entire fight. I don't care if it gives him flourish buffs. It's just going to feed my special attacks and my power when I decide to throw them. But yeah, I could, in theory, open a bunch of the negative zone and then start using Conflictor to my advantage. But I decided I did not want to play around with that. As you can tell, we're almost a minute into this fight, and I just now opened one negative zone dimension. So we would not have been controlling it that well if I had decided to do that. So it's better. Block damage isn't that bad on a mini boss, especially since we're not triggering prowess here and dealing with the puncture from repeating basic attacks. And that is why you practice your combo. Then we don't have to worry about it. Makes it look like Chavez isn't taking any damage and that Apocalypse doesn't hit hard at all. And for a rank 5 Apocalypse on a mini boss node, that's pretty surprising. He's just about done. This next special 2 will do it. Decide to finish that out. Get this last special 1 just in case. Could just bait a heavy here and finish it. Or could even intercept with a special 2 and finish it. Finally throws the special 1. And we finish our war with that. So it was the end of my war and the end of my season. A perfect season, so no deaths. Our battle group ended up dying 3 times, I think, to their 0. I don't think there was a death there, and it's easier to say that because they only died once. So 5-1, we lost that war. Not actually a big deal. The way the matchups worked out below us and the win-loss for those matchups actually kept us in the top 10. So we are 10th in the top 10. So hats off to Salty for being pretty consistent this season and kicking butt. But yeah, happy with that result. Happy to be top 10 again. I hope you guys enjoyed the war. Tomorrow I will probably open rewards live, and I'm hoping to finish exploration of 8.2, although I have a lot of that left to do before that. So hopefully I do all of that live tomorrow. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy the video. Hit subscribe, give it a like, and I will catch you guys at the next video or at the stream tomorrow.